Lockdown is done. We're moving on past the pay-per-view. Tonight, Johnny Impact will defend the TV title again. That man, Matt Morgan, gets his opportunity tonight. But what's going to happen with the TNA World Championship? Seemingly, there's a lot of contenders. Let's see what happens, shall we? This week kicks off with the establishment. What a segment rating. Sorry, that cut me off. An 85. Jesus Christ. Right, let's talk through it. The establishment are in the ring. They are bragging after a show last night. They go, well, it didn't always go as we planned. And they sort of look at Mr. Anderson, who of course was defeated by AJ Styles last night. They go, when it mattered, this man stepped up. This man did the business once again. Bobby Lashley, still your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And they're talking through the fact that Bobby Lashley's defeated AJ Styles. He's defeated Jeff Hardy. He's defeated Suicide. He's gone through them all. There's nobody left. In a similar fashion to the AEW Kenny Omega storyline. But this time, rather than just one person interrupting, he gets a few. Because when you say there's no one left, what about Kurt Angle? What about Samoa Joe? What about Jeff Hardy still not being done with the title? So those three men make it clear they're coming. They want the title shot. And the segment ends with Hulk Hogan just saying, we'll take it under advisement. And I guess we'll have to see what happens next week. 85 though. A segment rating of 85 is huge. Wow. Opening matchup then for 73. AJ Styles defeats Hernandez for 73, like we say. 13 minutes, Styles clash. 72 from AJ, 55 from Hernandez. You can always trust an AJ Styles match to be pretty good, and this is pretty damn good. I'm pleased with this from AJ. He's done really well. Earl Hebner referee. Kevin Nash the road agent, by the way. I will take it. After the match, Mr. Anderson's watching on backstage. He's approached by an interviewer who says, well, after last night where AJ Styles beat you, what's next for Mr. Anderson? And Mr. Anderson, by the way, says that, what's next? Well, Mr. Anderson doesn't take defeats lying down. Mr. Anderson knows he's better than AJ Styles, and he will prove it. 64, the feud's not done. Not done by a long shot. Okay, let's go to an angle between Sting and the Pope. Let's go through this. Stream, I have no idea what I'm about to come out with. But we go to a church. We cut to a church that seems to be at night time with the Pope talking to an empty, sort of empty church, as in he's leading a sermon. And he's talking about how franchise players need to know their place and how there can only be so many messiahs. But as he's speaking, he gets distracted because he thinks he sees at the top of the church Sting's face, and you see flashes of Sting across the church of what's happening, and then all of a sudden you hear the squeak, squeak, I guess, but of a door slowly opening to the church, and staring down the aisleway straight at the Pope is Sting with a bat. And the two men brawl around the church. We use the church as a brawling area for Sting and Pope. And it ends with the Pope getting the upper hand by using the... this is going to piss people off, but oh well. The basin that they use for holy water, he smashes it round the head of Sting. That's how the Pope he stays on top and then he gets away. But these two brawl in a church tonight just because I feel like it'll be fun. It'll piss people off, but it'll be fun. Anyway, moving on. Lethal Consequences versus Beer Money. How's about this one for a 61? This isn't bad at all. Beer Money carry it. 43 from Consequences Creed, 44 from Jay Lethal, 56 from Robert Roode is a bit low. James Storm, 63. He's the one that gets the win over Jay Lethal. The DWI, the super kick, I think that is. Sorry about your damn luck. Jay Lethal and Lethal Consequences, because they put over Beer Money here. And Beer Money after the match, they cut a promo on the Cool Sharks. They talk about the fact that Beer Money are a proper tag team. Now, these new champions are enjoying their little bit of celebration. They're enjoying their day in the sun. Well, their celebration will be cut short. Beer Money do not care what these people want, because the Beer Money Express train goes through Cool Sharks and it goes through to the tag team championships. 58, Beer Money have set their sights on the gold. Okay, we went backstage to Hulk Hogan's office when in walks AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is starting to get angry with Hulk Hogan now, because Hulk Hogan has been clearly against AJ Styles from the start, but he's doing it in such a way that he's acting like a good guy. He's acting like Hulk Hogan in the same way Hulk Hogan used to act in the 80s and the 90s, but Hulk Hogan, if you look at him, is a bad person, and that's starting to come across now in his GM sort of role. And AJ Styles has had enough. He pushes Hulk Hogan back towards the wall, and he says quite simply that he beat the establishment's whipping boy last night, and he can beat the top dog, so to speak. AJ Styles talks about the fact that other people want title opportunities. Well, AJ Styles wants a title opportunity, and as he's got Hulk Hogan against the wall, Mr. Anderson attacks from behind. The pipe is back onto AJ Styles, and Hulk Hogan dusts himself down and says, you want a title opportunity, but you want AJ Styles, right? I think I can deal with this. So how's about this? At Sacrifice, we're going to have one more match between the two of you. It'll be AJ Styles versus Mr. Anderson. If AJ Styles wins, he gets his title match at Slammiversary. But if Mr. Anderson wins, not only does he prove that Mr. Anderson is better than AJ Styles, but AJ Styles will never get another world title opportunity as long as Bobby Lashley is the champion. 65, big match made for Sacrifice early on with some big stipulations. We went backstage where Jeff Hardy is approached by the 6th best wrestler in the world, Desmond Wolfe, who says, look, I am very, very, very underrated. I'm not being used correctly, he says. But you wander into this company, you wander into a stardom, it seems like. You wander into a title opportunity, you fail to win the title opportunity, and then you think you're going to get another one. No. There are people who deserve opportunities like me. I deserve the opportunities. I am the 6th best wrestler in the world, according to some people. But I know I am the best wrestler in the world, and I will prove it. I want you next week. Jeff Hardy and Desmond Wolfe seem to be on a collision course for next week's Impact. Okay, how's about this then? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done there? Because that was not what it was planned to be. So we're just gonna go forward as if it's meant to be what it's meant to be. Stupid. Roderick Strong defeated Eddie Edwards in the match that we highlighted last week. Last week, Roderick Strong says he will have help tonight. He will have friends, because everybody in this company has backup apart from him. Tonight he proved that he had friends and he had backup. He defeated Eddie Edwards. 58 from Strong, 52 from Eddie Edwards. But the win came after interference from Kevin, not Nash, damn it, Kevin Steen. That's right, Kevin Owens, as some people know him. Kevin Steen is here in Ring of Honor. After the match, though, well, let's talk about it. After the match, there we go, Kevin Steen as it's meant to be. There's his debut, his outside threat gimmick. Kevin Steen and Roderick Strong beat the hell out of the American Wolves. Roderick Strong drops Davey Richards with his finisher in the ring. That leaves him down, and it leaves Eddie Edwards, who just lost the match, remember, getting to his feet to find Kevin Steen standing in front of him. And they pull off the protective flooring on the outside, and Kevin Steen hits a package pile driver to Eddie Edwards on the concrete. It is officially, technically, a heel turn for Roderick Strong. It's probably a little early, but I'm ready to do it, and we're going to do it. It's not going to work that well, but let's see what happens. Yeah, the turn went badly. It's what I thought it would do, but that's okay because he needs to be on the heel side for this. What the hell is Kevin Steen doing in the Impact Zone? That's the meme, but that's what's happening here. A Ring of Honor man, and we hint at that. What is Kevin Steen doing in the Impact Zone? What has Roderick Strong brought to this company? Kevin Steen is not a contracted wrestler. That's made very clear. So let's see what happens going forward. 45 for the segment. Okay, Samoa Joe cut a promo on Kurt Angle for 74. He says, well, this is more on everyone involved in the opening segment. He says Samoa Joe's time to rule this company is now. His reign of violence, well, it needs to go through the people at the very, very top, including Jeff Hardy, including Kurt Angle, and including Bobby Lashley. Samoa Joe vows to be TNA World Heavyweight Champion. 74 for a good promo. Right, Christopher Daniels defeated El Generico with a 69 rated match. This is really good. Daniels 66, El Generico 54, boosted to a 69. That's really good. The BME, Daniels wins, but after the match it gets interesting because Christopher Daniels gets on the mic with El Generico down in the ring, and he calls out the X Division champion, Suicide. He wants Suicide in this ring right now, and he says to Suicide, what I just did should make me #1 contender for that there title on your shoulder, and I want my title match next week. Christopher Daniels wants the title match next week, and you know what? He is potentially got to get it. He is got to get it because Suicide agrees. So Daniels decides to send a message to Suicide. He hits another BME on El Generico in the ring. Suicide, though, is just watching. He's just standing and he's watching. He doesn't save El Generico. He doesn't stop Daniels' attack. And as Daniels leaves the ring a little bit confused. Suicide goes to help El Generico up and then hits a move of his own. I'm not sure what the move would be at the minute, but in theory he lays him out as well. Why? What the hell is going on with Suicide? He's been acting strange lately. He's been acting very strange. We come back from commercial to find Suicide backstage when the Amazing Red comes up for a 46 rate segment. Not great here. Suicide was good off script though. And the Amazing Red says, what the hell's happening with you? What was that? You can't just do that. But Suicide completely ignores him and walks out of the building. Not great here. Not great. Right, it's time for the main event. The main event is a title match because you know what we're ready for. The TNA Television Championship's on the line. Johnny Impact will be taking on Matt Morgan in the main event. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Your winner and still TNA. Johnny Impact's going to retain the title. I forgot that we announced some matches here, didn't I? Jeff Hardy will be taking on Desmond Wolfe next week. Daniels will be taking on Suicide for the X Division title. And also we're going to see Roderick Strong take on Davey Richards. Right, the title match itself then. There we go. Johnny Impact defeats Matt Morgan for a 70 rated main event. Not bad considering Johnny Impact is still suffering with an injury and Matt Morgan is Matt Morgan. So that's not bad at all. Starship Pain, Johnny Impact gets the win. He's moved on from Kurt Angle. He defeated Matt Morgan. Who the hell can stop Johnny Impact? Well, what about Double J Jeff Jarrett? That's right, Jeff Jarrett is here for the first time in the save. We're bringing him back, and it looks like he's targeting Johnny Impact. He makes his surprise return here, and he just stares down Johnny Impact to end the show for a 66. That gives us a 67, not terrible, actually. I thought we would reach the 70 mark, but no, looking at it, that's not bad. And the 85 really boosted us as well. We had sort of the second players here. We had no Joe in action, no Angle in action, no Lashley in action, no Jeff Hardy in action. We did have AJ Styles and Johnny Impact, but we tried to sell some stories with other people, and to be honest, they performed quite well, so I'm pretty pleased. Okay, Explosion next week kicks off with the music of Samoa Joe. The Monster Hunter is here on Explosion. He gets on the mic, he says he's here tonight to prove a point. He is here to show the world, to show the people in charge why he deserves a shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and he will take on anyone tonight. He makes it clear he is here to throw his nation of violence all over Explosion and destroy anybody who stands in his way. So out comes Mick Foley and his tag team, of course, the Kingslayers. And Mick Foley makes it very clear that, you know what, you talk about a nation of violence. Well, I built that nation of violence. My name is Mick Foley. You may know me as Cactus Jack. You may know me as Mankind. You may know me, well, as a man that's caused a lot of pain over the years, but he's looking towards the future. Samoa Joe, you're here to prove a point tonight. Well, how's about we prove our own point? How's about you take on the future, the next level, Tyler Black, tonight in the main event of Explosion, and let's see who wants to prove a point. The match is made. Joe versus Tyler Black tonight. We're actually changing the gimmick of Tyler Black here. So he's going towards sort of next, we put it at the next level, so he's the future star is the idea. Gives a small boost to microphone skill during angles. Okay, interesting. Initial rating of awful, so that's not great, is it? But we'll give it a go and see what happens. Okay, we open in terms of in-ring content with Awesome Kong getting a good victory over Taylor Wilde for 35. This is okay. Kong smash. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't mean to put that storyline in there, but okay. After the match, this is where the storyline was supposed to be. Johnny Impact is backstage when he's approached by Madison Rayne, and the two seem to flirt together, and they agree to meet up after the show, and we are indeed putting a romantic interest into Johnny Impact's character. Impact and Madison Rayne will be pairing up. I think it's a good valet for him, and 71 for the segment rating says that I might just be right. Davey Richards got a promo on Roderick Strong for 39. He says, you know what, you took out Eddie Edwards on Monday, but you will not take me out on Monday on Impact. Because on Impact on Monday, said that 3 times, Davey Richards will destroy Roderick Strong and anybody else who wants to turn up. 39 isn't great. We had a in-ring segment where Tara comes out to the ring with a championship on her shoulder when she's quickly interrupted by Angelina Love. Angelina Love is there to shake the hand of Tara. She says, you beat me, and you beat me fair and square, but I know I can beat you. And before they go any further, out comes Madison Rayne and says they're both pathetic and that the next person getting a shot should be me. But the faces lay out Madison Rayne to end the segment, and I think we're going to go towards a triple threat, but we'll see. 37. Okay, we did a tag team contest here. The tag champs were in action for a 55. Cool Sharks defeated the British Invasion. Sharkboy getting the win over Doug Williams with a stunner. Kevin Nash was head and shoulders above the rest with a 62. 47 from Doug Williams, 37 from Magnus, 39 from Sharkboy. Just a win for the tag champs. Afterwards, they got a promo on Beer Money. They said they heard what they said on Impact. If they want a shot, they can have a shot whenever they want, says Sharkboy. Kevin Nash is a bit like, okay, right, brilliant, because he's the experienced head, remember. We also did this, 4 minutes, high spots we gave them, and it got a 47, so it's not terrible, actually. The Amazing Red gets a win over Shannon Moore with a Hurricane Rana driver, 51 from the Amazing Red, 38 from Shannon Moore. The Amazing Red picks up a win. Explosion, that's what it's for, right? Next week then, has about these 4 matches announced for Explosion. You'll see them on Thursday. Raven will be taking on Pac. I'm not sure if we did say it was meant to be on this show, but either way, we've pushed it on one more. Next week, Raven versus Pac on Explosion. But that's not all, because we will be seeing the Partnership of Pain take on the rest of the flock. That's Eddie Kingston and Kenta. Don't worry about Stevie Richards, doesn't matter. Partnership of Pain versus Kingston and Kenta next week on Explosion. Right. Main event time then, I think, and it's Samoa Joe versus Tyler Black, and it gets us a 52. So this isn't actually that bad. Samoa Joe was a little lower than I'd like him to be, with only a 59. Tyler Black with a 41. He's really good considering he's off his game as well. The Coquina clutch, but this is all about boosting Tyler Black as well. Samoa Joe gets the job done as the main headline, but Tyler Black threw everything at Samoa Joe. He hit his finisher, which we're now calling level up, but he didn't get the victory. Samoa Joe, Coquina clutch, Tyler Black is forced to tap. The young star did everything, but he just couldn't get the job done. Samoa Joe does. That gives us a 52 rated explosion. Pretty good. Pretty good. Really good segment there, by the way, between Impact, Reign and Ric Flair. Brilliant. Okay, then that's the first week of our Build to Sacrifice in the books. A pretty good week, actually. We're going to build on the world title scene next episode. We've got a lot of things going on. The return of Double J Jeff Jarrett. The video lost focus there on Jeff Jarrett. I don't know what that says about him, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens with Double J and Johnny Impact going forward. Next week, then, Johnny Impact versus Jay Lethal for the TNA TV title. I can reveal is what we're going to do. We'll explain it in the booking, but not just that. Jeff Hardy versus Desmond Wolfe. Going to be an interesting one on next episode, Thursday. So make sure you stick around. If you like this video, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for a whole lot more. Impact Zone. We're all in the Impact Zone, including Kevin Steen. Until next time, peace.